Hello? It seems like we've encountered some kind of a glitch. Hang on.
You! Not one more drop until your bill is paid!
You can. He's with me.
I thought you were guillotined.
What a dreadful thing to say to your rescuer. Did you receive my message?
If I do this, I want to leave France.
I can procure you passage from Marseille on a ship to Egypt in 4 days.
You have a clue as to the location of the manuscript?
Condorcet knew he was being hunted. He disappeared for 2 days before his arrest. He left this behind. His manuscript must be in Louis IX's tomb.
The royal crypt! Oh, I must warn you, monsieur. The ghosts of the kings wander the caverns. When they corner their hapless victim, they place upon his brow a crown made of knives, penetrating the eyes, which leak like grapes crushed in the harvest.
Still, far less frightening than being crowned the next king of France. Speaking of grapes, do your job.
Yes, monsieur.
Find the tomb, marked with this crest, and recover the lost manuscript. I'll meet you in 3 days' time. To your health, Arno.
So after this cutscene, Arno heads down into the crypt under the cathedral, tactically clearing guards and raiders as he goes before finally finding the tomb with the right symbol on it.
Simple as...
Where is it?
The temple door is nearby. Look at the map.
There's nothing here. You've wasted my time with this fabrication.
You call my honor into question?
Your honor as a soldier. Don't make me laugh. You're free to break your contract. But then I'm also free. And I have savage tastes.
I misspoke, Capitaine. I heard there's a list of all the relics that were looted from the tomb. I can take you to them. A fine alternative to the temple.
That's not what I want. Look me in the eye when I'm speaking to you. Do you want what I want?
Yes.
Good. Then we're in agreement. Find the temple, and you just might make it back alive. Pleasure working with you.
Help!
Arno quickly chases after this idiot guard who quickly falls off a ledge and dies. Like I said, he's an idiot.
Requiescat in pace. Makes no difference to you, does it? You're gone. Merci, monsieur. The map. Don Poirier's list of stolen relics in the Abbey Library. The manuscript must be on it.
After finding a list of our favourite French assassin makes his way to a huge, abandoned yet surprisingly littered with guards and raiders manor house.
Don Poirier's list. It reads Condorcet manuscript, located in the old red house, and then a name, Léon.
After getting the book, he finds the red house in the city in the note to try and find Leon.
Bonjour. Does Léon live here?
He ain't here. We haven't seen him for days. Leave us in peace.
Has he been arrested again?
Not that I know of.
A lot of people would like to see his hands cut off. He's a vicious thief, that one.
I need his help.
Out at the windmill yesterday. I've not seen him since. Gave him my name. Madame Margot.
Merci.
Please. Tell him to come home.
So Arno heads to the windmill, or more specifically the catacombs underneath the windmill. Beats me why the fuck that's there.
Mine now.
Aye! Small loot is not worth the blood. We find the door, we'll be bathing in coin. Back to work.
After he realises the place is littered with grave robbers, Arno sneaks his way through and finally finds who he's looking for, in the hands of the psychotic leader of the raiders.
You ever meet a noble, Leon? You ever heard a noble talk? Descended from God, they were. Threads of gold arc from between their blessed legs into holy chamber pots. And then, Leon, fountains of rubies spilled from their necks and rained down upon all of France. Now, a man born deep within the lowest circle of hell can rise to the very top of Olympus itself.
Unhand me, connard!
Is that what you want, little man? To rise up? I see it in you. Ambition. You're just like me.
Rose,
Commandant Bonaparte.
any progress to report?
Only this.
Find me the door that this key unlocks, and I shall reward you beyond your wildest dreams.
What is behind the door?
This is our petite trespasser.
Who are you calling little? I'm nearly as tall as...
You need to learn a bit of diplomacy. Rose, I trust you'll show the boy to the surface.
Of course, Commandant. Kill him.
What? No! Let me go!
You do it. He's only a child. I have children of my own.
The ghosts of the kings.
So much for the element of surprise.
Get back here, coward!
Stay back, monster!
I'm not a ghost. Madame Margot sent me.
Madame Margot? You are trying to confuse me.
Intruder! Hey, wait a moment, at your chest. You're mine. Trespassers are punished. I'm ready for battle. How could you be there?
Whoa.
Still confused.
Quickly, we have to hide.
So fast. I'm looking for a manuscript. It was taken from a tomb under Saint Denis.
I have it. It's in my fortress. We can get it later. How did you do all that? You're the best fighter I've ever seen.
I wouldn't go that far.
Where did you train?
In Paris.
Whoa. I practice behind our house. I don't really have anyone to train with. All the freedom fighters are in Paris, like you.
What about your mother?
Madame Margot? She's not my mother. My mother is Morisco. She had to go back to Spain. That's why she had to leave me at the orphanage.
I bet my parents will come back once France is safe.
Minia, come. For now, we're going to need weapons.
Just leave that to the professionals. Where did you get that?
I stole it from 2 raiders yesterday. Hid it here.
This is a fine gun.
Yes, I know. I know what I'm doing.
Which is?
Saving France! Now that you're here, it's gonna be a lot easier.
Listen.
What?
We have to get that manuscript first. To protect it from the enemies of France.
Oh! All right! We need to get above ground.
While wandering through the tunnels, Leon and Arno run across Napoleon giving a stern talking to his lieutenant, which results in a rather explosive example of why you don't piss off Napoleon.
Why do you employ such a man as Rose to find the temple? He cares nothing for us or our aims. If I was in your place, I would not pander to—
What does a rat want?
Food, of course.
You appeal to their self-interest. But you have miscalculated. Your people are dead. I know the human animal. What you fear, what you love. Is Rose a bad man? Undoubtedly. But I, Napoleon, can control him and turn him to what is best for France. The masses will gladly renounce their freedom if all can entertain the hope of rising to the top. The artifact inside the temple, I will bring them the illusion of hope. And I will lead us to glory.
We have to stop him and save the people of France.
Rescuing them only delays the inevitable.
What's wrong with you?
You're going to get yourself killed for nothing, little man.
If you can't do it, then I can!
Stop! Leon! Come back here!
After working out some weird, presumably Isu light puzzles which involve him stomping on the floor like a stroppy child, Arno makes it back to the surface and hunts down Leon, loitering in somebody's back garden for some reason.
Give me the manuscript.
Why? It has nothing to do with anything, does it?
I'm leaving the country. That's my way out.
What of the future? A free France where we all take care of each other.
Why don't you grow up? Forget France. You're on your own.
What happened to turn you into such a connard?
You can't save them. They're never coming back.
You are just like them.
So Arno decides to leave the little brat who for some reason seems to think he's French messiah. If it was up to me, we'd never see him again, but unfortunately I'm not that lucky.
Who are you? Liam, you took a couple, Sue. Here.
I've been looking for you, monsieur. Thank you for returning Leon.
Good luck with him.
I once had a son.
I'm sorry.
No. He's alive. I left him. I began the orphanage afterward.
Now that's love.
Sometimes love is a prison. His father taught me that. This, the orphanage, this is my true calling. Leon tells me you could have been the savior of France. Children.
Madame Margot.
He's behind the orphanage.
And so, after chasing after some bint who, for reasons that elude belief, looks exactly like his dead sister wife, right down to the clothing, and a stern talking to by Leon's mother, who's not his mother, Arno decides to go back and find the little bastard.
Little man. We have 3 days until my ship sails.
So what?
I'll get the artifact. Then I'm gone.
Fine. But how? Do you have a map to the temple in your coat?
The list of relics. Painting in a cavern. I knew I'd seen those plates before. They're drawn here. But this one is missing. I'm being serious.
Well, see. Meet me upstairs once you find the other two.
Oui, monsieur.
So Honor goes and hunts down the plates while the little ship practices shanking a tree. Honestly, this isn't even a memory, it's just an intermediate period between memories 3 and 4, which frankly just struck me as a time filler because they couldn't find a way to put it into another mission.
Leon?
En garde! A chakram from India.
What a sly thief. I've commandeered the other two.
So, what happens now?
I don't know, you tell me.
A little light in the darkness.
Go away! Busy!
Wait. Look.
It's a map of the caverns!
I'll find out where it leads. You stay here.
But... Merde!
Leon!
Heading back down into the caverns following the magic glowing plates, which are also never stated to be Isu technology, but can just be assumed at this point, Arno again runs into Rose, who is probably lucky his workers don't have a union.
Are you, or are you not, an expert lockpick? Go on, choose one.
The Commandant told us to wait.
Anyone else prefer to wait?
Arno gets to work solving a bunch of light puzzles that make literally no sense, with no real clues to them. Oh, and the puzzles are given to him by what appear to be ghosts. Once the 3 ghost-given puzzles are complete, one of the ghost projection things shoots a finger laser at the massive temple door. I don't know whether it's indicating that that's where he's supposed to go, as if it wasn't already obvious, or he's trying to unlock it from beyond the grave. It makes no sense either way. Anyway, after all that's done, Arno heads back to France's favourite, self-important little brat.
Bonjour.
What have you been doing?
Nothing. Did you find the lock?
Yes. Now I need the key.
You know the soldier carrying this chest for the little commandant? I just saw him in the market.
Merci. And I told you to stay here, remember?
Oui, monsieur.
Arno heads off to find the key, but first has to follow Napoleon's lieutenant in order to chase him down and corner him to tell him where the chest is. Oh, as it turns out, he's stealing from his famously short boss. Also, just to put it out there, I know Napoleon is supposed to be short and Leon keeps making jokes about it, but frankly, the man's character model is the same height as the rest of the men. What is this? Oh, and surprise, surprise, the chest is back in the tunnels.
Now for that artifact.
Allow me. What skill stealing the key? Much obliged.
Should I notify the Commandant?
Tell him that I resign.
What now?
After being ambushed by Rose and being forced down into what appears to be the mines of Moria from Lord of the Rings, Arno skillfully makes his way back up to the door to claim the treasure, and kill Rose and his horde of renter villains. Also, frankly, Rose could not be more of a mustache-twirling 2D Bond villain if he tried.
The devil do I get it? Open, damn you!
artifact will never be yours.
Commandeered the artillery required to break this siege.
Steal the artifact, and your reward shall be far greater than anything Commandant Bonaparte has given to you.
Where do I deliver it?
To the Lady Eve.
Anna completes another tedious fire puzzle and claims the treasure.
Now, old friend, we shall see why they're after you.
So yeah, the treasure seems to be Medusa's head from Greek mythology, but instead of turning people to stone, it swarms them with bats. Yeah, I wasn't kidding. Sawano walks, literally walks, out of there swarming people with bats without saying a word, like some cheesy, overpowered Schwarzenegger character, before finally...
Ah, dear Arno, our hopes as to the future condition of the human species may be reduced to 3 points.
Napoleon Bonaparte, you are under arrest for treason and deserting your post.
The destruction of inequality between different nations. The progress of equality in one and the same nation.
Final passengers!
This must reach Al-Mualim in Cairo.
Ha!
And lastly, the real improvement of man.